Next time you're at Dollar Tree, browse their wire basket section and pick up some of their gold rectangle baskets, the small ones and the large, a few of the circle ones, then as well scoop up some of the white wire baskets and head over to the kitchen section and grab yourself a paper towel holder. For my first project, I'm going to take the paper towel holder as well as two of their white round baskets. Then I'm going to take the paper towel holder and place it on the bottom like you see here, just so that I can find the middle of the paper towel holder and then cut out the wire basket just in the middle. You want to make sure that it's directly in the middle so that your basket sits straight. You're going to slide it over top of the wire holder and then you're going to secure it in place with some zip ties at the bottom. Once you have this first basket on the bottom tight and secure, you're next going to take your second wire basket and you're going to line it up on the bottom again and cut out the middle portion of the wire basket. And again, making sure it's directly in the middle so your basket sits straight. You're going to place it on your paper towel holder and put it at your desired height, and then you're going to place some zip ties around the paper towel holder to give it a little bit of a ledge to sit on. So I've used about 4 zip ties here and placed them in place like you see. Then you're going to come in with some E6000 and you're going to secure it all around the zip ties to give it extra security. You're going to let that set for at least 12 to 24 hours and then you can spray paint it your favorite color. I chose a nice gold here and I'm using it in my bathroom to store lotions and sprays. But this idea also works great in the kitchen or in your office or anywhere else in your home. For the next idea, I'm going to be taking 3 of the gold wire baskets, 2 of the small rectangles and 1 of the large flat rectangles, and I'm going to be placing them here. This DIY is super easy, takes 4 zip ties, the 3 baskets, and you're pretty much done. So you're just going to zip tie the smaller rectangular basket at the bottom of the large rectangular basket like so, cut off the excess zip ties, and then repeat the process at the top with the second small rectangular basket, zip tying it to the top, cutting off the excess, and this one is pretty much done. So this is as easy as it gets for DIYs, and this makes a cute little caddy to store whatever you like. You can use it in the kitchen for fruit, but I'm actually going to use it here in my craft room to store supplies that I use all the time, and I want to be able to grab them easily. Of course, you could spray paint this to a color that suits your finishings, but I really like the gold baskets just as they are. For my next project, I'm going to be taking the circle gold basket as well as this candlestick holder that I had on hand, and I'm going to be attaching it to the top of the candle holder using a little bit of E6000. So you just place the E6000 down anywhere where the wire basket will touch the candlestick holder and let that dry for 12 hours. Then I'm going to come in with this wood craft round that I have and I'm going to paint it with a DecoArt metallic finish. This wood round fits the top of my wire basket, so if you can find one that fits the top. Then I'm going to mark out the middle of the wood round using a tape measure, and then I'm going to use a drill bit to drill directly through the center. Then I have this fancy drawer pull here that has a nut and bolt style attachment. I'm going to put that through, attach the nut, and then I have a nice lid for this wire basket decorative display. I've filled it here with some nice Easter eggs and some moss as we're coming up close to spring, but obviously you could finish it off and put anything inside based on season or everyday home decor. I really hope that you enjoyed these 3 super simple, easy DIYs made with Dollar Tree wire baskets, and I hope this inspires you to get creative the next time you go into Dollar Tree and pick up some wire baskets of your own.
All right, so we are going to start our project with these flexible plastic garden fences. I got mine at Dollar Tree. You should only need about 4 of these for this project, and I'm going to start with the first 2. I'm going to start by cutting the bottoms off of this. Just using regular scissors for this part. You want to make sure you're using sharp scissors. These ones are a little dull. So now that I've cut the spikes off, I'm going to get those out of the way. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be laying our pieces of garden fence kind of overlapping. So I'm going to have it overlap about this much. So these 2 pieces are kind of overlapping with the other side. But I'm just going to cut it. And I'm going to secure these two pieces together. Now you can use a variety of things for this. I'm gonna be using floral wire for this. I'm gonna be securing this on 3 points. So I'm probably gonna secure it up here and here because I don't want it wiggling too much. So see if you only secure it in one spot, it's really gonna be a little harder to work with, especially with what we're gonna do for this project. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to basically connect these on the same place over here. We still wanna maintain that round shape, but we'll get into that in a bit. So yeah, we're gonna do the same thing essentially on the other side, and we will be back. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take our round piece and we're gonna lay it over, because essentially we're gonna be using this as our bottom. So yeah, so we're gonna use this over our bottom, kind of best fit and see where we need to cut along the fence here. So I think I'm actually gonna cut right here. So we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna place this over, and we are going to work on attaching this top piece to this bottom piece. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna start in 4 corners, and then I'm going to see what other positions need to be added. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to cut off the excess over here. So if you can see, we have a little bit of excess here. I'm gonna flip this over. I'm just gonna make sure I cut off as much of it as I can. There we go. All right, so now we have this round piece finished. We got our base done. So we're gonna move on to our next step, which is creating a top. All right, for this next step, we're gonna take our 4th piece of fence and we are going to essentially be separating it. So I'm gonna cut down the middle first, just to make it a little easier to work with. Okay, so we are gonna start by using this bottom half piece, and we're gonna cut the spikes off again, like we did on the last couple of fences for the basket. And so we're gonna keep this side nice, and we're gonna cut right above this little guy right here, this little piece. And we're gonna go straight across. Okay, so we have this piece already. I'm gonna put it on this to the side so we can work on the other one. For this piece, we are going to cut across, but we are gonna cut across this top part. We're gonna get rid of the little spiky guys and the little hoops. So what we're gonna do for this part is we are just gonna lay them on top of one another, and we're just gonna secure them in place with our wire. So pulling out my handy dandy wire again. We're gonna do the same thing we did to secure the other part of our basket. So stay tuned, we will be back when this is all secured together and reinforced with our wire. We're gonna do it exactly the same way. We just want these 2 pieces to stay attached. All right, so this is now secured. So we are going to attach this piece to our lower part with the wire, and then we are going to attach it on the other side. So it's gonna become a basket. All right, so now that this is all attached, we are going to add a coat of some of my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white. You can paint this obviously any color you want, but I want to give it kind of an aged rustic vibe. So I'm going to be using a normal brush and probably a foam brush for this step. We're just going to start applying our paint. And like I said, we want this to kind of look a little rustic, so it doesn't need to be perfectly coated, but we're gonna cover the entire thing and we'll let it dry. All right, so now we've let the paint dry for our basket, and I'm gonna add my own little spin to this. So you can stop at this point if you'd like, but I'm going to be adding some twine to my basket in certain areas just to give it like a really nice decorative accent, and also to keep the basket in the position that I want it to be. So first I'm going to start with the sides of my handles. But I want to kind of, like I said, reinforce this so it doesn't go anywhere, but also kind of give it like a rustic look. And so I'm probably gonna have to ball up my twine a little bit just so it's easier to work with. Essentially, I'm just gonna try and kind of cover up this area. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep wrapping my twine, so we will be back when we're ready to move on to the next step. So now I've wrapped the top and the sides with the twine. So we're gonna take this and we are gonna go put it out on my screened-in porch for where it's gonna live.